Welcome back to the Family Gamers. I'm taking here back on Genshin Impact. Welcome to the show. And they both were probably a little bit on me because wait, what? Why am I in leeway? Why am I playing a game? Weird. We'll do that later. That's weird. Anyway, we're back on this, trying to prove Lenny and Lynette's, innocence. And last time we found out they are both Fatouis. Which personally, that doesn't really matter to me. I'm assuming it's good Fatouis and bad Fatouis, like we met all the time of our adventures. So, that doesn't make me. So, we're gonna prove their innocence, hopefully, and I'll have an objective against that damn Archon. Come on. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I'm both. I'm having a little difficulty on my phone. Oh, there we go. Wait. I did not click that, dummy. Let me just make sure my stream is going. We are good to go. Let me just make sure my stream is going. Yeah, we are good. Excellent. Let me just put my phone there so I can keep an eye on the chat. Alright. Before we continue, let's look at the evidence one more time. Do we have all the evidence to save our bacon? I'm assuming no. Here it is.
Whoever the murderer was, why would it be that size? I'm in hopes he's telling the truth. It doesn't seem likely that anyone could have been there.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Will I win or will I lose? Find out. All members, I'm gonna do a macarons. Macarons? I'll do it. Alright.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Oh, I'm a little so hardcore.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Whoa, what am I doing? Hold on, whoa. Based on the oppositions, that's the word, account of events, you can identify the loopholes in their statement. Oh no, we are so dead. Oh, shit! I'm scared.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Wrong.
He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why
I'm so glad I didn't do this last night, folks. I would have lost my mind.
Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed.
You're wrong right there because the guy died on stage.
So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
That is not the truth. Automatically.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description
we have
of the
plenty.
events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linney experienced, and what he saw.
Okay, how do I do this? Wait.
Seems this won't produce a...
Really? Oh, okay, so it does... Oh, his testimony.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Let's go. We got one. Hell yeah. Yes. Let's see, this one says Lenny claims to have heard mysterious... Oh, thank God it's not like too difficult, thank God. Alright, what's it? Wait. This one says Lenny knocked out Hazel,
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Let's go. We got number 2.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective
Hell yeah,
has
yeah.
something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was
What the hell?
amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Let's go. Yeah. Successful. Let me ask. Okay, so now we leave. I think. Okay. This is odd, but I kind of like it.
Whew. Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Paimon, get it off, please.
Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
Wait. The on-stage equipment was clearly tampered with.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Okay.
Well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
That's what we just said. Oh, whoa. What am I doing? Hold on. I don't like this.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Okay, it saves us, thank God.
Are you sure we don't need to
Of
give
course,
this more
it's
thought?
always... fine.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why
I
he
suck at
didn't
this
hear anything
stuff.
strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent.
Mm-hmm.
The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Oh boy. Here we go again.
Well played.
Paimon.
To think you'd use such logic.
I love her personality on this thing. I hope that one comes out
Well
more
then,
after when we get to know
if
her.
it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Ooh, that's a tough one. The murderer was... Let's see. Select the year icons in the interface to check the corresponding case clues. Questions. Okay. Can I view?
Could there have been a third person involved?
Yes.
Is that really a possibility?
I'll just read.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
I'm gonna go with third party, honestly.
Could there have been a third person involved?
Hypothesis is incorrect.
The
Alright.
deceased's name is
Oh. Correct. Hey, I don't have one. I never knew it was a girl. That was...
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Oh God.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lenny as well. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people to fit into...
Damn it! Oh wait, okay. We got it half right.
No one entered or left. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Damn it! All right, those two are incorrect again. Dang it!
It would have been tough for both... Lenny was not in the tunnel at...
Damn it! I'm bad at this.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. No one entered or left.
Oh no. I messed up. I messed up.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track?
I think I was like meant you could win that one, I think.
Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Escaping from the
like you
water.
did from that water tank, Lynette.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater
Farina.
sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Boom, baby! I knew it was gonna come in handy. Let's go.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do
Farina,
hope
you
know
don't realize how many people we know
I
that can do that stuff. Mona.
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some... Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment.
Let's go.
The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope.
Wow.
The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
Who?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
We're fine.
Let's go. Just trust me.
We've done work.
Order! Order!
Oh shit, order.
It is undeniable
Oh,
that
that game
further
looks
examination
cool.
of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh boy.
If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
True.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Okay, we got new clue. Alright,
Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The rope that held the water tank up. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of... The water from the primordial...
oh, all incorrect. Uh-oh, that's bad. Oh, okay. Oh, what the?
The water from the primordial...
Oh, I don't read, do I? That's why.
The deceased's name is...
What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the distillation?
The water from the primordial sea should...
I don't read above, do I? What item did the culprit use? Oh, whoa.
The water from the primordial... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. The water from the primordial sea should already... Lynette was in the magic box on...
Yeah, I had to do that.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been...
Okay.
Lynette was in the magic
What item
box
did
on
the
stage the entire
culprit use to
time.
control the timing of the
Did she
distillation?
have something to do with this?
The hook? Because there was a time, it was the rope.
I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanical mechanism behind the crime?
Now it seems like the hook rope was...
Alright. That's fine. Alright, let's see. What item did the culprit use to control the timing? As we hook.
Now it seems like the hook rope was... The rope that held the water...
Ah, we're so close. Come on. No. Oh my god. Oh, I hate this. Alright, let's try that
I
one.
remember there was something else within the inner... Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was...
Let's go. I'm not getting Lena in trouble. I will never. Let's go. Had to recalculate a little bit.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Oh boy. Did we get all the evidence now? Oh, we did get all the evidence. Awesome. How about that? Yep, there we are.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage.
Let's go.
But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
Phew.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Yes, you have, Farina.
What a humiliation.
I like that the image it shows of her, like her normal self, not this persona, so to speak.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
Oh boy.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Someone planted it.
I see.
You can see.
Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt?
No.
My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Sorry, Farina, but you're not winning this fight. Bring it.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
Bold.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon.
There was no murder weapon, you doofus.
Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Wrong. Sorry, girl, but you're not
right,
winning.
Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
Make a bet?
Is this the end of the road?
No, it's not. What? It won't let me? What?
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either.
The
Doesn't
macaron.
look like there's any way around this.
The macaron. Paimon.
Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Oh, why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning.
Flawless my butt.
I believe this is indeed the finale.
No, it's not.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Let's go!
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
come
you got
on.
proof.
Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linney.
I get it. I just figured it out. It was Hazel. That water didn't dissolve her. It put her invisible. And she took the food, the macarons, because everyone thought Paimon ate more, but she didn't.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
I won't say that.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance?
And in the fake wall.
Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
Let's go!
And voila.
Bingo!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
It was an
To be
illusion.
clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
Because she was the
I was hiding
acquaintance.
outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
I already figured it out. Let's go.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Yeah, Mondstadt girl?
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago.
It was
and
her!
I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
True.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
Oh, good God, this is gonna hurt.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Okay.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Oh, now this one would be the... Yep.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time.
I was thinking of the other one.
Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box.
But Lillian kicked his ass.
The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Let's go! Yes! We did it again, boys! Successful. Yes. Oh, that took a minute. That took a minute. Oh, my head.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Let's go!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What, are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
Paimon, don't be mean.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box, and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box.
And that
thus
right out.
became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Let's go!
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Okay. What the heck? What the? Huh? What the hell?
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Yes.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all.
I hate
Thank
that.
you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Because you put it there.
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Coupon Town? Who? What's that? Or does that mean basically a one-way ticket to hell?
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Really?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
What the? What the frick?
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Uh-oh. The next here. Oh boy. We're so screwed. Oh my god, this is getting insane. I'm definitely gonna do a non-stream later, folks. I just want to get this done immediately.
So, we're just going back now?
We're not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
You may be, but you more like being a magician than a Fatui.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me.
An orphan?
That's all.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait, the Halls of Hearth, isn't that Alakino's one, if I recall? Or am I wrong?
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave?
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
It's Akina.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
Okay.
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
Okay.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
But there's something else.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
Wait, what? No, don't tell me he did what I think. If he is, I'm gonna kill him.
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
What? Okay, I'm gonna kill him. He's dead. I'm gonna murder him.
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person.
Please tell me, kill him,
hurried through the
please.
night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
Oh, she killed him.
She'd already taken care of that guy.
Ooh.
That's right.
Okay, get out
She
with
had
me.
rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Okay, we're gonna kill him.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer.
Okay. So wait, these kids were actually born
The
in...
House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests
born
align
in
with
Fontaine.
ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles.
True.
But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first.
Yeah, I wish you
giving
could
us
throw a
back
thing
our
like that. That was
freedom.
kind of sick.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans.
Wait, her own plans, not what the Gnosis is? Really?
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Whoa. Is this Aquino or is it one of the other two Fatui girls that we haven't met yet? The Hobbiters. I'm assuming it's Aquina. Or Aquino, how you pronounce her name. So, she's not really a psychopath? I'm so confused. I can't wait to meet her.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
It's gonna be interesting.
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Okay.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine.
Wait.
We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Whoa, she's from here too? So it is her, I was correct. So she's their mother, so to speak. Even though I technically call her dad. Which, well, odd, but okay.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's alright, I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you.
But we already know we got a story of quest with him anyway.
That even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Bye, Linny!
Wow. That was nuts. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Oh, I'm assuming we'll bump into what's her face? Navia? Navia? Okay, I'm butchering that name so bad. Yep.
Hey there. What was with
Oh,
the
no, I did that right,
disappearing act
Navia.
you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And
maybe.
Given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Huh. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine.
Well, we know
after
she
all.
helps us later on from what
Sorry.
we see in the trailer.
I might have been too presumptuous.
Dude, I love the story.
Say that, Navia?
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to
Come on,
spring
Aether,
forth,
we can
and
help
the
her
reflection
out.
in the murk to become clearer. Well,
Our main goal is to talk to the
sorry about
Hydrocon more in
I'm
person.
a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me.
Wait, I just thought about this, folks. If we gotta talk to her, do we need to do that again with the court? Please, no.
Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal?
Hi, Mon.
Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Here we go again.
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just
That
in
name.
time for dinner.
I was wondering about that. I didn't go in there.
Have our farewell meal.
Farewell, right? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff doing. Wait. What? No, don't. Oh, I thought. Wait. Wait, what? What the heck? Hold up. Yeah, I gotta do my dailies. Oh, we do have Act 2. I thought we only had Act 1. Oh, wait, I got something else. Hold on, book. Yes. Give me Primos. Boom, baby. Yes, that's what I want. Yes, yes. Get me out of here. Alright, so does that mean we have 2 acts of the story to play with? Which, Act 1 was nuts. A little confusing, but we found out some really good information about Akino. Apparently, from what Lenny said, their adoptive father beforehand more or less gave his sister away to someone, which, yeah, that gotta be dead with me. He's a dead man. Oh, is that why he doesn't talk much? That kinda makes sense, actually. Alright, let's see. Alright. Let's teleport right here. Let's get this section started. I'm probably gonna do another stream because I love this game. The story's so good. Granted, we got a crap ton of exploration to do. Plus those big story quests. Oh, not story, but, world quests, that's the one I'm looking for. Where am I on? Oh, right here. Why do I sense danger? I sense trouble.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Okay.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Here we go again,
Why,
folks.
of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only 1 dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Paimon, just roll it. Just roll it, Paimon.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
True, true.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
We will first have to find out where she sleeps.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is, we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Something's wrong. I have a feeling once we leave this door, some trouble's gonna happen. But what though is the question? I haven't even done my dailies yet though. Wait, are we having a daily in one day now? Or do we need to finish the story quest? Oh, I think I need to talk to Catherine. Whoops. Whoopsie. Meatball.
That would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
No. And let me look at my time, folks. And alright, folks, I'm about to end here because we're gonna do this next Archon quest bit of the story. I'm really curious what's gonna happen. So, did you need a D&D family? I think so. Hope you had a great time watching because I'll see you all on the next one. I'll get Genshin Impact, which next time, something's wrong. Like, I guess we're gonna learn more of her backstory, I'm assuming. So, if you enjoyed, hit the like, subscribe, thank y'all for watching. Hope to see you on that one of Genshin Impact. I'll catch you on the next one. Laters!